Harry and Meghan were among a string of celebrities to appear at the Global Citizen Live concert in New York across the weekend, as they called for greater action to halt climate change. They also used the stage to call for greater equality in terms of vaccine distribution, demanding countries in most need are given the vital jabs to combat coronavirus. The concert, which saw acts such as Coldplay and Ed Sheeran perform, was aiming to ensure that richer nations share 1 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccinations with nations struggling in their battle against the pandemic. Speaking on the stage, Meghan told the audience, "There is so much that we can do today, now that can get us closer to ending this pandemic, and that's why we're all here." Their appearance was among the first the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have carried out since making the landmark decision to quit the royal family in January last year, in order to lead a financially independent life away from the firm. In the months since their move, Harry and Meghan have continued raising their young son Archie, as well as welcoming Lilibet to the world in June. Throughout this period the couple have lived in California, reportedly close to Meghan's mother Doria, who has been a source of help throughout their time in the US and during the pandemic. And it has been claimed that Harry has taken Doria on as his own motherly figure thanks to her attitude towards him and the royal family. Their decision to move to the US was heavily scrutinized by commentators and the public, and during this period Harry in particular turned to Doria for advice, a source claimed to the Daily Mail. They added, "Doria is like the Queen, she never complains and never explains. She's laid back, and people see her nose ring and dreadlocks which are cool, but make no mistake, she has a core of steel. Underestimate her at your peril." Meghan has always trusted her completely, but she has become a rock to Harry, who, of course, lost his own mother so young. Doria has a great warmth. She's a brilliant cook and is very motherly, but she isn't someone who seeks attention, and for Harry her discretion and silence mean the world. Harry's affection for Doria has been well documented, with numerous sources suggesting the 36-year-old calls his mother-in-law Mom. Another source noted how Doria had become an absolute tower of strength for both Meghan and Harry. They explained how Harry doesn't have a mum who he can turn to for advice, but has always been incredibly close to Doria, and never more so than now. Speaking to The Sun in 2020, the source continued, "Harry has a huge amount of respect for her and for her judgement, which is why he and Meghan have both spoken to her throughout about what they planned to do." They added, "She's been the epitome of calmness throughout, and both Meghan and Harry trust her and her judgment 100%. Meghan has been incredibly candid in her love of her mother, with the former actress always keen to discuss how important Doria had been throughout her life. And Doria herself was really worried about Meghan," a source claimed, and was relieved that her daughter is putting her mental health and well-being first. The friend told the Daily Mail that Meghan's plan all along was to eventually leave the UK and build her own empire with Harry. They added, just after the split last year, "Doria is very much about being true to oneself, and so of course she will continue to encourage Meghan to take the road less travelled." Former BBC royal correspondent Jennie Bond also discussed Doria and Harry's relationship while appearing on the 2021 documentary, Secrets of the Royals: The Markles vs. the Monarchy. She said, "Harry seems to have an absolutely brilliant relationship with Doria. Their TMS, no doubt that Meghan and Doria are closer geographically, physically and perhaps emotionally as well than they ever have been.